The Five Jagged Rocks are always evolving in their wording and to kind of keep them as living ideas, but they all continue to come back to some very foundational concepts that many of us turn to for guidance. So here you go. The first one, truth continues to be revealed, or revelation is not sealed. This idea comes from a way of distinguishing Unitarian Universalist sources of truth and authority in an ultimate sense from those who might turn to scripture or other documents that they were written long, long ago and are closed, and all that you could find in terms of truth should be found in those single documents. That is not how Unitarian Universalists approach the sense of truth. We understand truth as continuing to evolve, and that there's many sources, and that you can find scripture in so many places: poetry, science, the natural world, all the different sources of Unitarian Universalism, and as a sense of truth that evolves in your own life. Then that brings us to number 2. All are sacred and worthy of love, or we might say all are worthy of love and belonging. It, of course, comes back to our first principle of the inherent worth and dignity of every person. This is a core affirmation of Unitarian Universalism, and yet one that many of us often wrestle with in our lives. It is also a core theological claim of our history, this affirmation of the goodness of human beings and the ways that all are worthy. That brings us to number 3, which is there is a unity that makes life one, or later we started to say life's diversity is held in a mysterious unity, wanting to affirm both of those realities, not to diminish diversity by holding its unity. This idea, you can feel it in the name Unitarian Universalism, a sense of all life being held as one, and also in our 7th principle, the interdependent web of all existence, a sense that somehow we are all in this together. We are, as Neil deGrasse Tyson would say, all made of stars. We are stardust. We are all made of the same stuff. All as in all of life and all across time. We are all connected. There is a unity that makes all life one. That brings us to the 4th jagged rock, and that is either there is salvation in this life, or instead you might say wholeness is possible in this life, or salvation in this lifetime. Either way, there's 2 claims being made by this jagged rock. One is that salvation, or you might say salve, that's a healing, deep healing, is focused on this life, not some other life. That we are focused on this world and the ways we can heal this world. It is also a claim of saying this healing, this wholeness, this salvation is possible, that we can accomplish a degree of healing, that we can glimpse a sense of being saved. And in fact, we are saved again and again and again across the whole of our lives. That brings us to the 5th jagged rock, which is courageous love can transform the world, or courageous love transforms the world, or evolution is that the purpose of our lives is beloved community, which is made possible through acts of courageous love. And you can see how all of the other jagged rocks kind of follow into this. They come together into this idea of put them all together. And this is our purpose, to create together beloved community through a commitment of unleashing courageous love.